guess I haven't told everyone. The walking stick, so anyone that follows me and watched the campsite video where it appeared like something was strange with the camp, like, you know, the guy never came back, or he was taken, or he seemed like he was homeless, and then he just left everything he owned, things like that. So it was just, you know, it was worth taking a second look at. I go back and I find this staff. Everything has been deserted. Everything is gone, except this staff laying in the middle of the campsite. It even has a vortex on it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna give this to Nico. Would love this. I'm gonna give this to him. Used it the whole day. I took it with me on the whole. I think I did like 5 miles. I don't even remember. It was miles and miles. And I had that with me. I came back, put it in my truck, and I completely forgot about it. Like it just went out of my brain completely that thing even existed for some reason. Like it was just gone. And then, like, I don't know, it was like a week later or something, or 5. I'm like, where's that staff? Oh my God, I completely forgot about it. Like it was wiped from my memory, basically. I go out to the car, it's gone. It's not in my car, it's not anywhere. It's completely gone. Okay, you can make up anything you want, like I'm lying, or there must be a logic. No, well, there isn't. Okay, I know that I didn't misplace the staff. I've only used it that one day. I took it with me. I had it at the truck. I put it in my truck, just like I put everything else, my gear. I only have my backpack and my camera and this in my hand. In fact, you'll notice that day I'm like, it was hard because I couldn't. I'd use it to point or whatever because I usually have this hand free, and I didn't. So my staff was reclaimed. I believe it might have been one of theirs. I mean, I don't know how there could be another explanation that they wanted me to use that thing and then they took it back. You know, these guys can do anything they want. Some of them. That's my opinion. I came over to it. This place is absolutely amazing. It's just that I've been in this area, you know, in the last month or two. See how this has all changed? That got dug out too, right there. Right there, right on the side of the road. Like that's the thing. People think that they're always going to have to be somewhere where you're not going to find them, and it's actually not the truth at all. It's where I go to find the big one, you know, the big worlds of them, and you know, some of the best visuals, you know, to give us the overwhelming evidence that they're there. There's other ones that are right where they've always been, or you know, they find a great location. You know, who knows? Maybe that location was marked 1 million years ago. You don't know, you know. What is actually happening on this side. They can be right here. This isn't in the middle of people, it's just that cars will go down here. And, you know, people don't know. You know, a lot of this is happening at nighttime. A lot of what they do, I think if not everything, most of the things they're doing for like whatever they need is at nighttime. That's my opinion. I think that they're always there in the day, but it's something different. I think when they're physical and running around and they're trying to pick up chicks, it's at night. Anything like that is where they are. That's uphill. It was peeled. It's balanced in the air and peeled backwards up the hill. And what is right on the other side of it? One of the most amazing visual places ever. I'm not going into there. I may be on the way back, but I'm actually going to pass it. Give me a second. That's how I found Bigfoot Universe, right there, on a much bigger scale, and they're all right in there. It's one of the most magical spots I've ever seen. I've only been there briefly. Who did I bring in there? Somebody really quick. Oh, that's new. Oh, maybe it's not new, actually. This was new. See the glyphs? This is all real. Okay, if you're watching this for the first time and you don't get it, well, listen. Okay, try not to use your default brainwashing. You've been made to not believe these kind of things for a reason, okay? It's all real, and it's all right before your eyes. Interesting spots. I think these are ants. Not anymore, but they used to be. Weird though, because it's marked for sure. Tons of footprints in them. I think that they're elk footprints. So back in there is a mind blower, and I have never, ever been past about that rock right there. Ever. I have no idea what it even looks like around this corner because I can't. This is an ATV trail only. You can see it looks like one quad has been here in the last month. Reason being is I think you have to know about this trail. The entrance is almost impossible. So I have a feeling whoever did go up it, See, I can't. I want to ignore this so bad. All right, so forget about what I was saying. Look. No holes. Brand new. Just piles of dirt. That's been wrapped, that was wrapped around like that. Sorry. You couldn't see it, but dirt. I know, don't forget, I know what's in there. It's unreal. I'll have to walk through there, I guess. On the way back so people can understand what they're not actually seeing right now. It's the most undeniable. It's proof beyond proof, just in visual structures. You get my quad over here. This trail has been forgotten about. I got one quad. So here's what our power lines look like. Never a trail. It's impossible to have trails here. Lots of new dirt. That's why. Everyone and their mother would be on them, and half of them would be dead because they don't know what they're doing, and the other half would have injuries and be dead because they were out looking for the people that don't know what they're doing. All right. Whew. Believe me, I'm not that out of breath. Okay, 90% of you would be a mile behind me. There is people that would also be way ahead of me. I'm not the best at the uphills, but better than most because that's what I do. I found the spot for sure that I'm going into. I've been not right there, but down in that forest a few hundred yards because I walked from the other world over there when Tim and Callie were here. But now I want to go really far because what this did was get me across the power lines, which is very difficult to do here, to find a place like this that has a trail that brings you here. It looks like it's going to go right back. So it's just kind of like a little tributary trail. I was looking at some of the people have stopped here over the years on the quads. That's all they do though. 15, it still looks fairly new. And that was done 5 years ago, so imagine how long ago that was done. Or how long ago that was done. It was kind of a waste of time. It's cool though, you know, like, it doesn't really hurt the tree, and it's like a, you know, it'll be there for a long, long time. I like that. Power lines right there. They like the power lines. Now, could I go duplicate a spot like that's over there on the power lines somewhere within 10 miles? I don't know. Probably. Yeah, but I don't know about the word duplicate. It is so unreal in there. So what I'm going to do is, oh, you know what I'll do? I'm going in here. I don't know how long it's going to be, but man, can you tell they don't want you going back there. They got everything set up. And then what I'll do when I leave here, okay, look at the ground. And then look. That's an X marks the spot. It's an X. I forgot what I was saying. Thankfully. That's because when you see that, you just do. That's the other thing. People don't understand what it's like to stand in the middle of them. It's a double trident. They put them all at the same spot because a mile that way, where I have been, is the exact same thing. And it's about, I haven't been there in a long time, but it's about the same thing. Look at that. That's literally a Trident X. Okay, just trying to help, man. That's all. Just trying to help you out. I'm a good, nice person. But just like most other good, nice people, until you piss us off. There should be no reason that you're pissing us off. Just be a human being. Be thankful for the body that you're in. Be thankful for the family that you have. Be thankful for the earth that you live on. Remember that you're just standing on a piece of dirt floating around in space. Okay? It's amazing in here. See, this is their world. This is what it looks like. I could take you, and I will take you there today, to the most undeniable setups that you'll ever see. Just an example of them. And then you come out to the forests that are connected to those setups. You have other beings. I think that they're others. That's a very important spot for this area. It's hard to tell. Is that church, or those are other beings? It's hard. That's one thing I haven't figured out yet. I'm gonna figure it out. I just haven't yet. Believe me, I've done more in 5 years than anyone did in a whole entire lifetime. Is that bragging? No, it's just simply so you can understand that I know what I'm talking about. I produce more evidence over 800 videos than people that have done this for 50 years. This open world full of ground structures. I didn't get any noises or anything. Over on the structures I have, though, where I'm going. With two other people with me. So I can't lie about it. He literally, Callie, remember? And Tim, Georgia Bigfoot. He's like, the thing goes, I exaggerate a little bit. I put some emphasis on it, but it was it was right there. Me and Callie look at each other like, holy shit, because we've never, when something's that close, because these guys tend to stay, like if I'm here, like up, he'll be like up there. Everybody knows. The timestamp people that do this, a lot of times when they're doing that, they're sure that they have their distance, That's why I was so upset about that vocal I lost 2 weeks ago. Because I came home so excited. I'm like, I can't believe I can finally show these guys no sound on any of the clips all day long. Okay, this is what I want to see. Look at him in here. Now, I'm going to take you to where, this is why you'll believe me, because first of all, you're going to believe me because of what I show you, but also because I've shown more of these than anyone in the world. And I know them better than anyone in the world. Okay? This is their spot. It was right next. I was in a spot over there telling you it didn't look like I couldn't see anything. This has all been cleared. Okay? Remember, animals don't clear. It's all been smoothed out and cleared. And it's completely structured. There's even a trident right there. A funky trident. Completely boxed, even from that direction. And then the walking is ridiculous. It just comes in and out right there. It's what I want to know about, why this seat? How much time does he sit right here? Again, it's an uphill. This starts to go real downhill. And they're always waiting at the top of the hills. Something I've noticed since the day I started doing this. It didn't take 5 years for me to figure that out. It took me 6 months. I'm like, Dan, isn't everything set up for some kind of battle? He's like, it would sure seem like it. I think that's what you said, Dan. You agree with me. And Predator Hill there, it's all set up to watch the hill coming up. They're not worried about anything coming from behind. It's all about coming up. The battle of the unseen world. So not hard to believe, behind that Trident X, it's literally a beautiful trident. And what I like about this area is it's inaccessible. It's like there's just no one's going to come back here by accident, ever. And I think that's why it's kind of like it is. It's kind of opened, but yet has everything they need. And then if you look closely, you'll see the ground. There's no weeds, no anything, because this is a highly used area of theirs. Not only is that a Trident X, but it has another Trident right next to it with your stump truck decoration. Sorry, I'm choking on words lately. That is literally a Trident right there. And then look in the back. See some of these open spots, places that are very deceiving, that will deceive the best of us. Would have deceived me for years until I finally figured out, like, wow, okay, there's so many different situations. There's so many different beings. There's so many different sizes. I'll put my little one in, you know. There's so many different everythings that it's not going to be as easy as we thought. You know, and on top of, you know, where everyone else for the last 50 years have been using their common sense to go out and locate these creatures, when that's all they needed to do was remove their common sense. So that's about it down here. I really, the contours of the land really are messing me up today. So I'm gonna head back over. I'm gonna get out of here eventually. This is not my whole day here. I was hoping to get in and out of here. It depended if I could have went far that way, because I know that goes 30-40 miles. You can see it's incredibly far down. It goes way down, way down, and then you have to go way back up, and it's almost impossible. Look at the tridents here. It's absolutely incredible. Most people just will never ever see it walking by. I didn't see it. You won't see it. You don't. People don't know. You're a human. Don't you want to become not a human? Like a human on steroids? Okay. Trident. Okay, how many tridents can you film in your backyard? Trident. I just filmed you a couple so I can get out of here. Just in that area alone. Just right there. Let's call it a square, 300 yard square, right in there. And there must be 30 giant tridents. Not even counting the ones that have been laid down on purpose into a structure. Now, let me show you how this leads back to here. To the insanity, how it can change. Please use your brains. Don't let this stuff get dumbed down. It's a lifetime. It's actually lifetimes of brainwashing. You know, it's been passed down and passed down. What else have we been lied about? So finally, I'm going out to the edge. I got to show you this. Okay? Being held up by that one thing. It's an axe. It's only here. Look what happens. Okay, it's all their system. Regular person comes out like, hey, honey, look, it's the power line. Well, first of all, they wouldn't be able to get here. Secondly, hypothetically, if they did, this is all they would see. Nothing. Goes straight down there too. Literally right there. Just goes. Don't say how's it go. So wait till I show you what happens in there. And that it becomes almost impossible to walk. When I say almost, I'm just like you can. It's not impossible. You have to look at every single step you take, or you'll never leave here. Just by simply twisting your ankle, you'll be here for the rest until you die. There's no cell phone service, and there's no anything, and no one's going to come looking for me for days. Look at this openness. Look at this. Okay, and look at that. Is there something wrong with that picture? Yes. Oh my God. All the sticks have been thrown off of it. That's what's wrong with it. Then there's a walkway out of it. See, this is where they go. It's places like that. Can't explain it, but they just disappear. And there's just too much coming from that spot. And one day I'll be coming to a spot like that. They'll make a mistake, and I'll be able to watch it. That's why we're out here. We learn without the mistakes, but sometimes them making accidents really, really helps us. What happens? We come into a Bigfoot tree. That's a trident. Okay, it's more like a quadrant. Let's bust through this. I want to keep this running so you believe me, so you understand, yeah, how this is done. How silly our minds are. I think you just saw them move. There's another one right there. They just flew into position. Just as I'm getting to their seats. Okay, the same birds in hundreds of other videos that I've interacted with while on their seats. Okay, we come in from that insanity, from whatever that square is back there. Okay, that they all seem to go to. Everyone goes to the square. Okay, go watch my video, circle square. You'll see. Okay, everything is not what you think it is. Blatant. Teepee structure. Okay, wait till I show you this. The Jays being super stealth today. Like they didn't even want me to see them. They're right there, but they're not making any noise at all. They want to see what I'm doing. He's right there. Look at him. See, they land right just so I can see them. It's not an accident. I love them. They're the nicest birds. They're so smart. Hey, buddy. They're getting closer and closer. I wish I had my seeds. Do I have seeds? Yes, I do. Give me a second. Interesting. These guys, they're being so playful. They're right over. There's 3 of them right there. I threw the rest of my seeds there. They watch me. So as soon as I move, they'll eat the seeds. It's weird. I've had one land on my shoulder, but I usually can't get them to come over to. When they watch me throwing the seeds, can't get them to come over too close. And then as soon as I leave, they'll come over. So let me show you what's amazing about this place. It's a freaking mind blower. So first of all, it's a place you would never even think to look because it literally goes straight down the hill. It's some of the spots, it's got to be 60 degree, something like that. I mean, it just goes straight down, right? Watch this. Let's try and do this quickly. I've been dragging this out a little bit because I kind of wanted to show. It's still only a half an hour video, but I wanted to show, what's what. Like, instead of just look at the trail walking away from this structure. And what's at the end of the trail? A totem pole. Okay, that trail's not from people. A person's never stood here before. Look at this. Never. They won't allow it. Right there. And no one's ever checked because you can't get here. Okay, I need people to understand this is different than where you live. Okay, it's like no other place in the world. That's why I am here, nowhere else. It's why I don't move 4 hours away to some other part of Colorado because this isn't there. Okay, it took me 5 years. Why would I leave my spot of 5 years of relationships and research to go somewhere else because the rent is cheaper? That doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't be Colorado Bigfoot anymore. No one would watch. This is my place. This is the magic I get to show. This is what turns a complete moron into someone that is able to do something with their life now. It's this. Okay, why would I ever leave? Okay. X. Undeniable. You could never deny it. It's impossible. If you deny it, then you should probably check into a mental institution somewhere. Trail marker. Okay. This is nothing. Wait till I get there. Seats up top. These guys literally leave footprints in their seats. Structures. I'm not going to show it all to you. I want to take one line down and that's it. Meaning just go, and I'll do some zooms. Because it's that incredible here. It's like no other place I've ever seen it before in my life. Wait till I get down to the seats. Some of you have seen them, but it's a type of place that I've got to check in on at least once a year, right? And it was perfect for when my brakes were down. Another trident, okay? Is to come back, and I wanted to go look at. I wanted to see what was across the power lines, and I wanted to do a descent from the top, so I could really show you how they connect everything. So. One thing you have to understand is the caliper of the trees on the ground. This eliminates anybody that would ever say wind or make a default logical, excuse, right? None of the calipers here on the ground or any of the connections or any of the seats are anywhere near the caliper of the trees that are growing. They're much smaller, okay? And that's the case everywhere I go, okay? The wind. There is no wind. In Colorado, there's no wind. The forests protect themselves. There actually is a nice little breeze right now because it's really windy somewhere else. These trees all protect each other. Nothing falls over and nothing gets blown over. Okay, this isn't a state that rains. It doesn't rain here. Up here, it never rains. I'm telling you, it doesn't rain, and then all of a sudden, it'll snow. It's bizarre. So here we go. Why do they put them there? Do you hear that? Listen. The best whistle, one of the best whistles we ever got came right from there. I'm telling you, just ask those guys. It's unreal. It's all real, you guys. Watch this. This is where the footprints start. It's going to be tough because of the... look, see what I just did? That's me. You can't even tell. It looks like it happened 2 years ago. Because the pine needles go right into the footprints as well. So if you make a new footprint, well, the other pine needles just fall right in behind it. So here's all the footprints right here. You can see them all. Last time I was here, man, they were amazing. Look at the ground connections here. It's freaking unreal. Of course, you'll see part of their system and their language. For people that don't understand, this is a system/language. It never differs from that system/language unless they do something special, like a custom. And maybe that's not deferring either. It would appear it because we don't get to see it that often. Okay, look at the notice the calipers of the geometry you're seeing. Everything here is a mathematical equation. Every single thing you see. You are, this is, your car is, everything, life is a mathematical equation. Whether it was done by God or whoever it was, it doesn't matter. It's still all math. It's the only way that we can even begin to comprehend anything that we don't know about is through math. Here we go. Okay, so it's a constant thing. I'll give you a better angle, but what you can see is just, it looks like they almost run and they stop. This is a big, huge stop. Stops, and then boom. Oh, it's all changed. It's all changed since the last time I was here. Look at that. Look at this. Amazing. Right, Allison? Drew, amazing. Let me show you real quick. Seat. Insane seat. Big ones. To me, it looks like mommy and daddy, but this is like a whole family. You can see their footprints, like literally. I just stepped in one of their footprints. Right there. I have filmed their footprints without all the pine needles. So you can go back if you really want to see them. Just take my word for it. I'll never lie to you. If I tell you there was a footprint here, there was a footprint here. I don't know what kind of people that you're used to dealing with in your life, but I'm not like those people. I say the truth only, okay? It's amazing to me. Where do you come from? Who are your friends that you don't trust people and you think there's people on YouTube lying to you? I don't understand it at all. It doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe I'm the naive one because I like to trust people. I like a handshake. You know what I mean? Blatant. That's amazing. That's a seat of a being that you didn't know existed. There's a missing child here since yesterday. He's gone. Not by these guys, by people, okay? These guys don't take little children. They love their little children. They understand that we love ours. It's the one line that's never crossed, in my opinion, with the creatures I visit. They would never hurt your children, okay? Ever. If I thought that, I would already prove this in a court of law. In fact, they would probably, if anything, just hurt you, never your children, and that's fine with me. I'm just teasing. Over there. It's just too blatant. It's too amazing, too blatant. I don't want to, you guys have seen this, so I get stressed out like, oh my God, they've seen it too many times, but I had to come back through and do a new viewpoint. I've never descended from the top. I always come in right here. I've been here maybe 5 times now. It's a great place to bring people. I think I was here at the beginning of the year. I can't remember who it was with for some reason. Oh, I brought Brandon here real quick, I think. Yeah. It's always a real quick thing. I don't spend a lot of time. You see here, they got like little kids running around right here. It looks like a seed, but it's not. Remember, that's what the ground's supposed to look like. If it looks like that, it's little kids playing, okay? That's amazing. This whole place is amazing. You can be amazing. Now, all of you guys are. That's the thing. I think sometimes once in a while, like people I know real well or like a follower that's been following me, maybe I never even talk to them, but they know me really well because they follow me for 5 years. You know, we'll think that I'm maybe suggestively talking to them, and that's never the case. I've never said a negative thing about one of you guys ever. It's always been about, you know, because I'm fed up, you know. Remember, I have to do everything myself. Everything. Okay? Everything. This is technically a business. I don't look at it like that, but it in a sense, you know, it is, because I have to generate money to do it. Otherwise, I can't be here. It's in a place where, you know, it'll never be done, ever, unless someone is paid to do it, because you can't live here. It's impossible to live here. Look at that teepee structure. That has never been there before. There's the most beautiful teepee right there. You see it? It's a teepee structure. So to do this, and in other places that are like this around the world, like Alaska or somewhere like that, you know, that person has to either be self-made, like he has a great retirement, he doesn't need help. He doesn't want help. You know, most people, you know, there's people that want free money, but believe me, most people don't want your help. You know what I mean? Like, no, just like I'm talking to you guys. Do you really want someone to help you? No, you want your own money. Why do you think people play the lottery? Because that would be their money. You don't want your dad being like, all right, you know, you're 40 and such a loser. Me and mom wanted to help you, you know, with the property. You know, it's like, you don't want that. You might have no choice to take that help, but it's a better feeling to do it on your own. See, I just tell you guys things that I'm not teaching you something you didn't already know. I'm just reminding us by saying it out loud. I'm reminding myself as well. I'm not thinking, people think that I'm standing here like I'm like this god of like communication, and it's the opposite. Isn't that amazing? So that's what you see. Nothing except, you know, the key signs. Realize if I put that in, so if you guys are watching this video, I probably did, but in my video I said I can't go over there, it goes like this and it goes way back up, and well, this is the down part. I didn't realize that you could see the down part from the road, so if I ever did want to go in there, I could just go in right here. And is it marked up with like black structures in there? It's so good in there. You see how they block it right here? It's all being blocked. And then in the back are black X's. There's these black X's right back there. You just can't see them. They did this bend here too. That is a magical forest. I'm here to tell you guys, I swear, okay? Like, that is something special going on in there, man. I think it's all special, you know? So you might hear me say that a lot. You have to understand, I don't do this for a job. I do this because of the passion I have for it, because I've never had a passion. You know, like, if you call like to go for a motorcycle ride a passion, then you're selling out. That's just fun. Like, that's my hobby. I would love to redo that again. In fact, I'm gonna try to get a bike. Wait till you see what I can produce for you if I have a motorcycle. So hopefully, and it's easier. I mean, I'd rather be in this thing. It's climate controlled. You got your music if you want. I never use the music. It sounds like a lot, but when I'm back here, I very rarely ever have music, just in case, because they'll once in a while they'll call me. So like when I crank tunes, I'm like, I can't, and then it's because it's so little, it's so seldom happens. But once in a while, you'll like right there, you just get like a, and if he does that, I know it's for me to go in there. I just know that he's like, because he's seen me for 5 years and he's watched me go to his friends, you know, their neighbors, and I've never gone there. You guys, it's happened to me so many times. It's one of the things I don't really talk about. That's why I'll never leave here. Because they know nobody as well as they know me. I mean, as far as I can tell. This is all a part of that same giant place. I can't figure it out, right? It seems a little separate, because even though the forest connects, I get down here where I can't remember the name of the video, but I did it at the beginning of the summer. It was simply unreal. The whistles came in. I can't even remember. I was like so zapped. Like, I don't. You guys enjoyed the video. I can't remember what it was. It was even the mystical, magical part of it. You guys told me you could just see it or feel it, you know. And that is right up here. So in here, these guys are much different. Like, they will actually, like, you know, like communicate with you and mess with you and give you this great day, and you come out of there like a, you know, like half brain dead. Like, oh my God, man, like, that was so cool. Like, you don't even know what happened. And you're like. So that happens back in there. I wish I could remember the name of it. Oh oh man, is that magical back there? I'm scared to go in there. Not scared, like they'll hurt me, but I don't want to go through that again. Is that it right there? I think it's right back in there somewhere. It's not exactly right here, but it's somewhere right back there. I wish I could remember. I hit the button when I point the camera out. I just want to see if I can timestamp them right here. I try to respect the ones that give me the best times. Okay, this is it. In fact, that's where I walked in, right there. Right there. Man, when I got right, like up to like about there, I took a right, and my whole, it's just, I can't explain to you what happens right in there. See, I don't want to do it again because it was so special that I don't want them to think. You have to understand, I've done this so many times that I know. I think I know what to do, and I don't want to go running back there. Like, okay, do it again. Like, I'm not gonna do that to them. I've done that to them too many times in other places. This was too magical. I'm gonna leave it, and I'm gonna like respectfully show up in like a year. Oh yeah, there's that spot. Okay, so I finished the video right there. I completely forgot until I saw it, actually. And it's an amazing, there's seats there, everything, right there. That's how they do it, guys. Do you see anything at the end of your road that looks like that? No, you don't. It's all symmetrical X's. That's their seat. This is their world. Not only that, these guys are amazing. These guys, like, they liked that I was there. You got to remember, if you've been involved in the same situation your whole life, even as a person, whatever you've done, day in, day out, like just like most of us, my life is hard. Like I love what I do, but otherwise I have had to give up having a life at all. I have no life. If you call Netflix a life, then I have a life. No people, no interactions, nothing. Except if I just go to town to buy like a pack of gum, I don't even get to talk to somebody. I had to give up everything I do to show you these creatures. Beings. You can call them creatures, it's okay. I mean, people are creatures. Some of them. So the reason I know I'm not showing you the ground because half the time they're up there. We look way too much at the ground even when we know not to. It's almost like we don't want to look at. We don't want them up there. You see that X? I didn't show it to you. There's two right there. All right, that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of how amazing it is in that forest right there. The structures back, just right there, just right out of sight, will blow your mind. Right there. All right, bye. Just envious. I'm not giving you the best example because it's just I just decided now. It is such a beautiful cabin. He's got a couple on the property. Look where they live. And he's backed up literally to their worlds. In fact, one of the ranches there is called X's Ranch, which I find to be just a little bit too much of a coincidence. So I'm just very envious. You know, how'd you get out here? How do you live out here? You know, like, what do you do for a job? You know. I couldn't just, I have to be busy. I couldn't just sit out here and do nothing. I got it. Doing what I do, I could do it as long as I could figure out the internet, which is coming, I think, with the new space, whatever it is, the satellite from space. Musk's, it's Elon Musk's. He's the one that's actually going to give us real internet, thank God. He can blow up everything. As long as you give me some fast internet, I'm good to go. And then I can be out here. You know, I'm the one situation where, you know, without retiring or something, where I can move out here and be right with them. That's not here, but just somewhere like this. These ancient statues. They're all, no one talks about them. They just think like a person here would just think that they don't even look. They just think that they're just regular rocks. They don't see the history there like we can. It's an amazing thing at how dumbed down the world is. And I'm talking about some of the brightest people in the world that just drive right by. They have no idea because they think they know because they've done all the research based on what is available for people, which is for you not to know the truth of this earth.